What's up, guys? I know I haven't done a video for a little bit. I took a vacation with the family, and when I got back, I was gonna do a video of the install of those flush lights on the back of the truck, but I pretty much have put about 5,000 miles on the truck. I really needed to do some maintenance to it. Whenever they did the bulletproofing job, they never changed the degas bottle. And if you guys don't know what the degas bottle is, it's pretty much like the overflow bottle or the fill bottle. These diesels have a pressurized system. The degas bottle pretty much feeds coolant to pretty much everything on the motor. It's the highest point in the truck for the coolant, and so if that fails, which they're prone to, if you don't notice it or you don't catch it, you could, before your motor even overheats, you could actually cook some other stuff. You hear about guys burning their diesels down. This is like one of those reasons, is they don't notice the coolant or whatever. So it's like 36 bucks. I picked it up, had it shipped real fast. At the same time, I ordered fuel filters for the truck. Yeah, I guess you're supposed to change them about every 5,000 miles. That's like one of those things that, guys say that, they need a lot of maintenance. That's one of the things you got to keep up on is the fuel filters. So I picked those up. There's like $60 for the OEM Motorcraft fuel filters, which is what Ford calls for, and it's what everybody says to put in there. Anything besides the Motorcraft ones are pretty much inferior, and they're just not built to OEM spec. So I did a whole install video of me doing all the work to the truck, putting in the degas bottle. There's a Y fitting underneath the degas bottle that's made out of plastic. That's another failure point. Extreme Diesel Performance also sells that's made out of billet. It's like $100, but if I'm gonna have the degas bottle off and I'm gonna change that, it's a good thing to get under there and make sure that you take care of that failure point too. It's just peace of mind. So I filmed all that, and for some reason when I uploaded all the video onto my computer and looked back over it, I lost about 80% of the audio. So I'll do a time lapse of me installing all that stuff, and you guys can watch a video of that and watch me install that. All right, guys, so here's the video of me installing all that stuff. Alright guys, so I wanted to show you guys the degas bottle that I pulled out. You can see here on the old one the crack that's starting right here, and there's also another one on the other side right here. You can just start seeing it through the plastic. So that's where these things fail. You know, this was probably the OEM one, you know, so it lasted, you know, 100,000 miles. Hopefully the new one will too. I mean, they're only 36 bucks, you know, so you don't have to worry too much. This is the Y bridge that came out of it that goes underneath the degas bottle for the coolant, and just by pulling the hoses off with some pliers and stuff, I punctured a hole in this thing pretty easy. So having an aluminum billet one and not having to worry about this thing cracking on me, you know, going on a long trip or something like that, you know, 100 bucks, peace of mind, easy peasy. I got the new degas bottles in. I use the same cap. I'll probably change the cap out at some point and just replace it. It's not leaking. You know, the clicks, they still sound really good. You know, so I feel like it's getting on there tight enough. When I changed the top fuel filter right here, I was wondering why there was epoxy on this thing, and I thought maybe like Ford had done that to like beef up just this bolt right here, you know, that you put a half drive into. And no, when whoever replaced the fuel filter the last time must have snapped it. So I'm going to be getting a new cap, either, you know, depending on, you know, my OCD or whatever. I'll either get it in a couple weeks when I get paid, or I'll change that out the next time I do the filters again in about 5,000 miles. The cool thing is the new billet ones actually come tapped with a hole down the center that's made to fit a like a fuel pressure gauge, so you can actually get a fuel pressure reading right off the top of the cap at the top of the motor, which is pretty nice. I don't know if you guys can see it, but down below here, that Y bridge is like right down here, or the Y pipe fitting or whatever is down here. You know, that's one thing about this. I got it from Extreme Diesel Performance. One thing about it, the hose clamps that came with it, I don't know if it was just because it's older hose, but I could not get those things to fit. Luckily, I had some hose clamps laying around, and I was able to get that on. I didn't have to make a trip to the part store. All right, guys. Well, whether you're here for the Jeep videos or my truck videos or whatever other project I decide to do in my garage here, I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me, watching the video. To the guys that subscribed on some of the last videos, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I don't really know where this channel is going to go. You know, I'm just going to cover everything I really do, you know, whether it be working on my Jeep or working on the truck, or, you know, playing around, camping, whatever, you know, that I do with my projects. As you can see behind me, my dad's truck is pretty much blown up into a million pieces. The frame got sent out to get sandblasted and stuff. I'm gonna go buy a blast cabinet tomorrow for like some of his small parts and things like that. So, you know, I'm kind of working on a video for my dad of what he does with his truck and stuff. Maybe you guys are interested in that. But thank you so much. I hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you guys in the next video.